What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic. More, your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC, the YTBC, and ain't nobody safe boxing community. Just reacting to Errol Spence and Carlos Ocampo press conference, and it seems like Errol Spence is trying to be pushed to be aligned with the Dallas Cowboys, which I think is smart. And when Canelo fights at Jerry World and puts almost 80,000 people in the stands, well, that's what the capacity is about. He always rubs shoulders with the Joneses, Steven and Jerry Jones. Today, Steven Jones, the son, was there. He's the heir apparent of taking over this Dallas Cowboy empire. And, Errol Spence is fighting at the Ford Center. And they can't just throw him. I'm going to say this first. They can't just throw him in American Airlines Arena with a Mavericks play or AT&T Stadium, a.k.a. Jerry World, with a Cowboys play. They got to find out what type of pool this kid is. He's a local kid. Same thing with Terrence Crawford. Crawford with Top Rank had to give part of his fighting money back for the Gamboa fight to Bob Arum, because Bob Arum didn't believe he can be a draw in Nebraska like that. And he had a big turnout. And it seems like a lot of people are calling about these Errol Spence tickets. And the Ford Center holds 12,000 for people trying to say it's probably a hole-in-the-wall venue, which it isn't, because the Barclays only holds 16, I believe, and I believe T-Mobile only holds 20. I think the old MGM Grand held around 14,000, 16,000. So it's about right. In the press conference, it was a lot of Errol Spence praise. I will say that, rightfully so. They came out with the Cowboy theme, and I think it's good for him aligning himself and rubbing shoulders with the Cowboys and being synonymous with them, because they are one of the most popular football team in America. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. For some reason, America loves the Cowboys, so they sorry as hell, but they real popular, and it is what it is. Carlos Ocampo's here. He's a little taller than Errol Spence, as you can see. Fought all his fights in Mexico. He like 18, like 10 knockouts or 20-something, 20-0. He ain't lost. He tough. Mexicans are built tough. He looked a little bit nervous up there, in my opinion, especially coming to somebody's backyard and doing a press conference basically in their backyard. But he seemed pretty confident. Both fighters look like they already in beast mode as far as they weight and looking like they in shape. And I believe Ocampo ended up taking his fight because the money was good. I really do. The money was good for Ocampo, period. And world title shots don't come, all the time in your life. Let me put it to you that way. It don't come often. Excuse me, a little bit tired. They don't come often. They do not come often. So Carlos Ocampo had to take a shot. They was banking on this guy not taking the shot because he wasn't sounding too confident like he wanted to take the shot. So I don't think I can make June 16th. So they was lining up Ugis to take this shot, which in most people's minds would be a better fight. But a lot of people haven't seen Carlos Ocampo fight. He all his fights was in Mexico. He ain't coming far up to Texas. That's like little Mexico, because Texas used to be part of Mexico until your history, what happened. But it was they asked Errol about how he feel fighting in his hometown, and asked Derek James about how do you keep your fighter focused and keep him on point in front of all these family and friends. And it's not easy fighting in your hometown, all the pressure. And if I was him, I think I would take my training camp elsewhere. It could be a lot of distractions, and that's right there, depending on the focus, like Derek James said on Errol Spence, about how easy this fight can be for this guy. He can't overlook Ocampo. This dude is undefeated, young, hungry. He can't overlook him. He can't be looking to Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, or Keith Thurman, or Terrence Crawford, Jeff Horn. He got to keep his eye on this guy. And then today he revealed Man Down Promotions. Hopefully it's just not a figurehead, and he can really, get some fighters like Sean Porter's doing under his promotional company and do some things. Carlos Ocampo, he just kept it real short, simple, sweet. Say basically he coming to win. And that's basically it. It wasn't the most breathtaking, press conference, I tell you that. But I like how they deal with the Cowboys and how they trying to market Errol Spence in that Dallas area. And I heard the Ford Center is beautiful. We've seen the promoter TGB Promotions. The owner of TGB Promotions come out. I see them a lot with the Premier Boxing Champions fights and promoting. So it's good to see them, see who runs them. But, it should be a good fight, a good night. I think Carlos Ocampo might. I haven't even watched the tape on him. I watched some, like very, very little tape. It'd have been nice to see him fight Constantine Puelmar first, but Puelmar pulled out. I'm not gonna go through that again. But it'll be nice to kind of see him fight Puelmar first, in my opinion. See how he does with Puelmar and to gauge him a little bit versus another kind of top 15, top 10 opponent in the IBF, or probably top 20. And I'll give him top 15 overall in the welterweight division, Constantine Puelmar. But we didn't get the opportunity, and it is what it is. Brooklyn Boxing still sponsoring Errol Spence. They love to have this fight, but you got to understand, Errol Spence deserved his homecoming fight. A lot of guys don't want to fight him, so in the meantime, you might as well fight your mandatory at home. And that's what he gonna do, man. And like I said, it wasn't too much to talk about. Not at all. But it was okay. I'll link the press conference in the description. And I wonder what Carlos Ocampo opened up as. That's a good question. Probably 1,001 underdog, but you never know. You've seen stranger things in boxing. Being distracted at home, training in Dallas as well is another beast in itself for Errol Spence. We're gonna see how he balances this, if he can stay focused and really take Carlos Ocampo serious, or Carlos Ocampo show up and try to be the real deal on Errol Spence. You never know, but TBC and more. We gone.